Hi everyone, Sunday 17th of November 2024. Come to the forest for a bit of a break and to have a look around. Come here with a chair and a flask of coffee and just to absorb the atmosphere here. It's been a beautiful day, very peaceful here, and just giving an update. Well, you can see here we've got a nice ground stick. There's some more over here, but yeah, the update. What can I say? Well, book 2 is now completed. It's with the publishers, but it's going to be a few months. It won't be until the new year that it will actually come out, and I think it's going to be more like February by the time I get it all tied in and published. But yeah, just giving you an update on that. Now, this book is going to be a mind blower. It is going to be a mind blower. And this time it's not aimed at the Bigfoot community, because the Bigfoot community are all fighting amongst themselves about the true entity of what Bigfoot is or represents. But this book is going to be thrown to a different type of audience. And as I say, with the Bigfoot community, they're not even getting on board so quickly about the whole paranormal side of things. But it was good to note back in April this year that Matt from the Finding Bigfoot team from the BFRO put out a public statement saying that he can no longer refute the evidence or the reports associated with the paranormal side to the Sasquatch entity, and this has got to be done in a more open and transparent manner going forward. So, whoa, tick that box. Eventually, mainstream Bigfoot community is starting to wise up to it all. Well, some of them are anyway. So no longer are we being labelled the nutballs, nut jobs from that we were in the past. It's more commonly accepted, and quite rightly so, because I've been saying about this for years now, that there is a more of a complex situation regarding these wonderful forest beings, and I refer to them as my friends, because that's the way I see them. I don't have the same sort of interactions that I do with a fellow human would have, but on our own level, we do have that level of interaction, and that's why it's such a complex subject. And when I wrote the first book, Bigfoot is a Fairy Tale, it only appealed to a smaller number of people, because you associate a fairy tale with being something that's made up, and even if you start talking about fairies associated with Bigfoot, then that's it. You it's out the window. You're losing any credibility. But I'll tell you what, that's what they used to think in the old days, and that's why that book is so important as a starting point in this discussion. The second book is going to be aimed at a very different set of people, and they are going to get blown away. But the good thing of that is that I've been able to research it and give the historical references that associate with the storyline, and as a result, I've left the door wide open for an academic team to get involved with me, and then come here to the research location and work with me and actually getting this story out there. So yeah, it's a complex, very complex subject, and it demands a little bit of scientific oversight to this whole paranormal side of things, which for years and years and years, all of that's been suppressed. They won't talk about it, and if they do talk about it, you're labelled as mad. Well, where's the logic in that? Because that is where the evidence is taking us. It's been taking me in that direction for years. Why has it taken the mainstream researchers this long to get on board? Why? That is one of the biggest questions that has arisen from this. With all these interactions involving things like orbs and electrical equipment failing and weird stuff. Even, the Ape Canyon situation where there was paranormal activity related to that. That's been ignored. That's been stripped out of the storyline. I don't know why, but yeah. But at least Matt Moneymaker's come on board and saying, yeah, we need to start looking at this in a bit more of an open, transparent way. Drop the ridicule of those that have previously been labelled as nut jobs and start listening to them a bit more carefully. And my next book is going to throw it open to the general public, and in a way that I tell you what, I'm blown away. I've been dealing with this subject for 10 years, but this last year has uncovered stuff that is just like, holy smoke, that's been there for years and years and years, and how does it all come together? Well, is that just a coincidence, or is that just confirmation? I'm still stumped. I don't know what to think. I really don't know what to think, and I've left it open for people to actually come to their own conclusions. But deep down, I got that confirmation. But I don't want to go too far too quickly on this. But yeah, it is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But what did I want to say? There was one thing I really wanted to raise. Oh gee. Yeah, we were talking about that. Well, let's have a wander around here and see what there is, and then I'll see if I can remember what I was talking about, what I wanted to raise. So there's some ground sticks here. That's an old one. I know that one's been there quite a while. There's one here. This is I don't remember this one, but it's been here a while, of course. But I don't come out the forest this way very often. It's on my route to come out of the forest, and yeah, it's exactly in that straight line where I come out. So that's good. Yeah, now I've got my train of thought now. Okay, so what have we been talking about the woo for so long? Right, well, there's, you got the lights, the orbs, the invisible figures, the smoky smoky, sort of characters that appear like Predator, and they go different. You can see them much clearer, or more distinct, or they can go totally invisible. Have that ability to control how we visualize them. Okay, so that's one thing. What about the other side to the woo, like the telepathy? Yeah. How's anyone going to be able to prove that is the case? Well, I think this book is going to give you that confirmation. It's confirmation for me, 1,000,000 trillion %. It's confirmation for me, but for anyone else thinking, is he genuinely getting information from these forest beings? That's the question, isn't it? How do I prove it? Well, I haven't set out to prove anything. It will be pretty much mission impossible to do that. I understand that it's off the scale with regards to why they've not been proven to date. So how would I go about proving something that's going on inside my head? Mission impossible. Unless they give you something that ties in. Right? That's what this book is going to do. It's going to give some part of that as confirmation. The rest of it, wow, it's up to you how you add it all together. But for me, I'm blown away. I'm absolutely blown away. So, look forward to that in the new year. I am still around, still doing this, but I have been busy putting together the book for the last 12 months. And at one point you want to start getting it down on paper, and then something else gets thrown into the mix, and you think, oh my gosh, how do I address that? So I've gone from stop, start. People get writer's block. Well, this is a different level to writing a storyline that's made up. This is all stuff that has come to me that is factual or has a bearing on how I put the message out there. So I've had writer's block left, right and centre during the last 12 months. And I'm no academic. Me writing this, it's not going to be in context that the scientific world will jump on board and say, yeah, wow, QED. But it's aimed at the general public. It's aimed at Bigfoot researchers. It's aimed at the academic world to read, and to, if they want to get involved, then they can, get in touch. But for me, it's been a personal experience, and I'm blown away. I feel very privileged, very, very privileged, and honoured by what has come about from this. So these forest folk, they're wonderful beings, real wonderful beings, and you got to treat them with respect. Give them that, and I'll tell you what, they'll give you heaps back in return. For me, it's my personal journey. I wouldn't change it. The last 10 years it's been hard work, very, very hard work at the beginning. And now it's just like rewarding, coming out here with a flask of coffee, sitting down and just absorbing the energy here, and being around them. I mean, hang on, let me see. Are there any around me? Yes, there are. Yes, there are. Right, there's one just there on the right hand side of that tree. Oh, there's one here, right behind me, just here, just there. Yeah, I know, invisible. Wow. I don't think the camera's going to be able to pick it up, even with really high frame abilities. I don't know. Maybe that's something for the future for the scientific world to get involved with. But yeah, they're here with me. Right, there's one literally just here, right next to my gear. Yeah. So invisible to you, well, practically invisible to me, but I can just about see a distortion, like an energy field or something like that. It's there, I can see it, but I guess it's flickering at such a high rate that our eyesight can barely keep up with it, and a camera lens definitely won't be able to keep up with it. But yeah, that's what you're up against. That's why they're being so elusive for so long. But I'll tell you what, they're our friends. So we're not alone in the universe, and they mean us no harm, unless you decide to upset them in some way or another. All right, so steer clear from that idea. Just don't even think about it. If you want to get involved, show respect, absolute respect, and then I think you'll be banging on an open door to having a good response over time. But you need to build on that over time. They're not instantly going to be, flying orbs just a few feet in front of you, like they've been doing for myself and my friend. Yeah, it takes time, but learn from me. Brave new world we're moving into. All right, so on that note, thanks for watching. Over and out, and I'll keep you posted on how the book develops. All right, cheers for now.